Hi, welcome to my channel. In this video, I'm doing another in a week video. And I'm just going to be making some inventory for arts markets that I'm going to start doing soon. So on day one, I started with making some jewelry or trinket dishes. So I'm just using my pasta roller to help me condition some clay and roll it out. Then I cut out a circle and I'm going to layer another piece on top so it's a bit thicker. Next, I'm going to blend the pieces together. And I'll start making a rim around the sides. I'm going to keep working to smooth the rim as much as I can. And so for this dish, I'm making some cute little ducks swimming in a pond. This is going to be the mother duck. And I'm making a couple baby ducks with it. I only made 3 ducks though, so they don't take up too much space on the dish. So she's just a single mom who works 2 jobs. Anyway, I'm gonna add some lily pads. And I'm also going to add a flower to the biggest one. And I think this is looking really cute so far. I'm going to bake it now and I'm going to start working on the next dish. So for this one, I'm making a cute cow. I cut out the ears, and I'm going to cut out some horns now. Now I've got to blend all the pieces together until you can't see the seams. It took a while to get it all smooth, but it looks pretty good now. And I added a rim to it. So now I'm going to go ahead and bake this in the oven. And while that's baking, I can start painting the duck pond now. I'm starting with a few coats of blue for the water. And I'm going to paint the outside green to match the lily pads and to kind of represent the grass around the pond. To cover the transition from the blue to the green, I'm adding a nice gold paint. and I added the final details, and here it is complete. I think it's super cute. Let me know what you guys think. And I'm gonna set it aside for resin later. Now back to the cow dish, I sketched on some spots, and I'm gonna make them brown for this cow. And for the rest, I'm going with an off-white kind of beige, and I'm covering up some of these unnecessary spots that I made. Then we need some pink for the nose and the ears. And after some final details, the painting is done, and I think it's looking super cute. I do think I accidentally made her ears a bit big, but you know, that's just how she was born, so that's okay. And I'm just gonna set her aside for resin later. And now we're on to the keychains. As you can see, I've weighed all the heads and the bodies out already. So I'm gonna connect them all together with these metal pieces for some extra support. And I'm gonna start with these little things over here. They're just gonna need some nubby little arms and legs. So I just had a really strong urge to make some emotional support potatoes. So that's what these are. I do think I made them a bit too round and smooth though, but they still turn out good in the end. So now we can start on my usual animal keychains. I went ahead and prepared all of the basic features so we can just jump to the parts that make them different. This first one is going to be a bear, so I'm adding some round little ears and an oval snout. And finally, a little tail. The second one is going to be a kitty, so she needs some pointy ears and a little snout and a tail. Next up, I'm doing a dog that will be based on a German Shepherd. I say base because when I do dogs, I like to keep the labeling kind of generic so that they could possibly represent multiple breeds. So it's whatever kind of dog you want it to be. And for the next one, I'm making a red panda. They have this unique kind of shape for the ears and a sort of bushy tail. And for this fifth one, I'm making another cow because I love cows. And this one is going to be a classic black and white one though. Next I was making a horse, but I just wasn't feeling it, so I rolled it back into a ball to make a frog. So for the frog, these round shapes will be his eyes, and then he needs some little feet. And finally, I'm doing a panda, which is going to be like the same as the bear, but with a bit of a rounder snout. I baked them and I went ahead and did their base colors. So now we can go ahead and start painting. I'm just going to give this bear a lighter snout and some inner ears. And I'm adding some paw pads. And finally, a cute little nose and eyes. And next for the dog, I'm using a dark brown for the nose and the ears. And for the fur pattern, I'm adding some paw pads. And finally, the cute little face. Let me know what kind of dog you think it looks most like. And next I'm doing the red panda. If you don't know what those are, here's what they look like. So I chose the red panda for my brand mascot because of their symbolic meaning is described as like very peaceful, gentle, and just very like healing. Which is what my art does for me, and I think what art does for a lot of people. Anyway, I think this little guy came out super cute. And now we're on to the regular panda. It's always hard to see the black eyes over the black fur. I'll just have to make the fur a lighter color. That's better, and I think this panda came out really cute. So I'm gonna set it aside, and now we gotta paint this cow. I'm doing some random black spots all around. Now some gray hooves and horns. And a pink nose and ears. I think I've already made a lot of cows, but they're just so cute to me, I can't help it. Now we got this kitty. She's gonna be white with some orange spotting. And I think this is the cutest cat I've made so far. I think she just came out really perfect and I really like this one. Finally, last thing to paint are these cute little potatoes. First I'm adding some spotting and texture to them. And they still need faces, but I was panicking a little here because I kept seeing brown eggs instead of potatoes, because of like their roundness. So my friend suggested I get them little sprouts on top to kind of redirect your mind away from eggs, and I think that worked. I'd change some things for next time, but I think these potatoes are looking pretty cute now. They are funny and so unserious. I just think it would cheer you up to look down at your keys and remember that you have a funny little potato smiling back at you. And I'm gonna need some more little food guys to go with these, so comment some cute food ideas if you guys have any. And just kidding, those weren't the last. I almost forgot about this little frog. So I'm gonna paint his belly and give him some spots. And finally, he needs some big eyes. So here's a quick recap before I resin it all. I didn't record the resin process or anything this time, but you can go check out my last video to see the setup if you want. Just because it literally took me about like 7 straight hours to resin everything. It's honestly my least favorite part, but it just makes everything look so much better and protects everything so well. I've had a keychain on my keys for a few months now, and I've dropped it a few times on like the hard ground, and it hasn't broken or gotten scratched, and if it gets dirty you can just wash it off with some water. So I think the resin is worth it because I just haven't found anything that compares to it at all. Not everything is done being resined, and I think this cow dish came out really nice. And it has a lot of room to put a bunch of things in it. And this one is really pretty too. It still has a lot of room, and you can put some like rings or something on the ducks if you want it, I don't know. And I think all the keychains came out great as well. Let me know which ones are your favorites, and if you have any cute food keychain ideas. And that's all for this video, so thanks so much for watching and supporting, and I hope to see you in my next video.